He got thrown out the game.
Yeah, yeah. He had like a he had like an aggressive foul on Peterson, and he kind of pushed him, and then like the other team got in Nigel's face, and Nigel's not gonna take that from anybody.
Right,
So
right.
he kind of just stood up, and I guess they threw him out or something. But brutal, brutal loss for them.
Wow.
What's up though, baby? We got another rep, man. We're back.
Yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. We
Pooh's
on
got
and
some big
popping,
news.
baby. We on and popping.
Some big news from Pooh, baby.
We are there, baby. We are there. Let me just hook this up real quick, and we're gonna be ready to go, man. We're gonna be ready to go, man. We already live on YouTube, about to go live on Instagram. We live on Facebook. Boom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, man? What's happening? What's good? How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. It's Friday. We're back on the pod. Everything's right in the world. Got the Final Four coming up. Big stuff.
Yeah. I had an invite to go down there, man, but
no San Antonio for you, Pooh?
nah, bro. Nah, I look, man. I'm good with the big events, man. I've done so many big events in my life, and it's like, I'm not gonna be chasing the big events. If it's in New York, cool.
Plus, listen, there's no big New Yorkers really, cooking in it, man.
Listen, that's why it didn't serve too much for me to go to the McDonald's, but I went anyway. And I just want to say thank you to my guy Antoine Marchand, who always looks out.
Big time.
Another reason why I'm on the top 100 committee. But we're saying that. Let's start the show, baby.
Start it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. What's going on? Welcome to High School Basketball Weekly. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, always with my guy,
Brian Reichert.
Y'all know what it is, baby. Salute to my guy, Ayatollah Beast, in the building as always, right on time. Right on time.
Never misses, man. Never misses.
That's right. Always in the building. Always in the building. Salute to my guy, CK from upstate great. Stand up. Stand up.
Always, baby.
No doubt. No doubt. Yo, CK, I'm going to send you a link in a few minutes. CK, I'm going to send you a link because we need to talk about some things. We just need to put some names in the air for upstate in that Albany area, man. Because it's going down, man. But first news first, man. Hold on, let me get my headphones in because I don't want no reverb, anything more like that. Let's do that.
Especially with this announcement.
Yeah, man. You want to make sure it's right. Right. So, look. Again, some big news. Again, I want to give a big shout out to my guy, longtime friend, my bro, Antoine Marchand, for always looking out. And we got some things going on, man. Appreciate you, Twan. He does a lot of things for a lot of people don't know about. He really doesn't like his name shouted out. I know he's probably embarrassed right now. He'd like to stay behind the
Sorry,
scene,
man. We gotta shout you out, man. We gotta
which
do
is
it.
all good, man. But me, I just where I come from and how I am and how I'm built, always like to give props to those people, who's behind the scenes, making sure, we reach another plateau, man. So salute to you, my brother. But we're here now, we're in the building. You got a seat at the table, at least a voice that's heard here in New York City. And now, you know, what people gonna say now? My guy made hoops, the top 100. Like, babe, we calling the market, man. This is what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, this top 100 thing is awesome, man. It doesn't happen a lot, to be included in that group is awesome, Pooh. You deserve it, and it's a great news for New York and New York City, and kids are really going to benefit from it. So it's great stuff.
That's right. So today, I had to wear, you know, definitely had to wear my Mr. Tom Kachowski t-shirt
The best.
representing him as always. And
I
it's
just
so
miss how
crazy.
cool. I miss how cool he was, Pooh.
Listen,
For
bro,
like an older guy, he was one of the smoothest dudes ever, man.
I never knew, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I spoke to him. We was up at Smart Ball, and I got a chance to talk to him. And it's so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Mr. Thomas Diggs, right?
Mm.
Mr. Thomas Diggs, mentor, well, my first coach that I had in basketball, and he's definitely one of the reasons why I was able to get the court fixed in his honor, and he got to see it before he passed away. And I had him on a pod, and I told him, I said, listen, in some way, shape, or form, I would like to do what you've done for the community, right? And you know how we say things and it come to fruition. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that thing came to fruition,
yeah.
got the court fixed, we got the tournament back going on, got to hook up with his sons and people in the community to get the tournament back in action. And we've been going strong for the last 3 years. This year be our 4th year with the Brevoort Basketball League. And I had some of the same conversation with Mr. Kachowski up at Smart Ball.
Yeah.
So he's up at Smart Ball. We sit down, and of course he ran down what school I went to, what prep school I went to, what college I went to, the whole shebang. And I said, I doubt if someone will ever have uh the mind that you had and the memory that you
Right?
had. You know,
Crazy.
sometimes I gotta ask you, be like, who's that kid again? But and sometimes you look at me, yo, Pool, yo, who's that guy? So, you know, to be this one man that was able to remember all of these names and all of these places where people went to school was fabulous, man. And I told him, I was like, yo, if I could just do a inch of what you've done, and mind you, that was like the beginning of me just checking out high school basketball, because remember, Basketball Heads was just supposed to be me doing a podcast interviewing
Yeah.
the older guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
greats and the legends and those
Yeah.
other people who made an impact in New York City basketball. But it kind of spilled over to the high school because, me buying the paper every day, not seeing high school sports covered, it,
Correct.
it just was just like, it was a no-brainer. So I said, okay, if I could just go take my phone out and, capture these games, put them on a platform. Hopefully, these young kids, when they go and they're watching themselves on the channel, they'll run into a Derek Chivas, they'll run into a Ross Strickland, they'll run into a Boo Harvey, they'll run into, Shane the Dribbling Machine, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Uh, and kind of understand the history of New York City basketball. Ms. Joanne Pinnock, who runs Positive Direction. We see these people, but a lot of people don't have an idea what they do, only if you're in their circles.
Yeah.
So that have kind of branched off into starting another podcast, right? The High School Basketball Weekly,
Yep.
bringing kids on, allowing them to be interviewed, and just give them some practice of what their future may look like later on.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, uh, again, man, just want to say thank you to those two men for kind of paving the way to some of the things I'm doing right now. And if I can, walk in one of their shoes, that would be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, if we could have just one millionth of the impact that Mr. Kuchelski had, I mean, just that little notepad alone, you know, just the presence he had and how many lives he affected. And I remember someone's like, "You have to meet this guy," and I was like, "Sure." And he's literally giving me like a high school, uh, almost like a recruiting recap of like my uncle who played football.
Right.
I'm just like. You know everybody, and he's just like, yeah, pretty much.
That's a fact.
But such a humble guy, and I think that's what made him the best. Was he was such a down to earth, great guy. But that's what we're trying to do, man. Make the game better than when we were around it. So that's the goal.
That's a fact. And, and not to mention that you met the gangster Tom Kuchelski. Yo, you told me that, bro. I nearly cried. I was like, no, come on, bro. Like,
well, there's some bootleggers out there, man. There's some bootleg Kuchelskis out there.
nah, we ain't gonna do my guy like that, man.
That was one of our
That's
favorite
crazy.
jokes, man.
Yo,
That's in-house.
that kind of made my day too. Because I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, wow, like when you look at the specs of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have to just look at it like, oh, yo, who you talking about again? Like, nah, come on, yo. But hey, my guy don't play, so
No.
I definitely know that for sure. He does not play. He takes what he does seriously. So definitely.
Now, Pooh, I got a question for you. Did you see the big news that started to trickle down from this morning about our boy who's playing in the SEC? Did you see that update?
Oh yes. I put it in my stories.
Headed to the pros.
Yes,
man.
I put it in my stories. Congratulations to the Boogie Flan man.
How about that? Shout out my guy John, baby.
No doubt. Salute to the whole Flan family, man. That was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, he must have got the word. Cal must have said it, yo. You gonna be one of the top picks.
Well, listen, he was like, right on that 20 radar before he got hurt. And, he's got some work to do. But, listen, He's focused. He's ready to go. He feels good about the class. And, if he can get back into that first round, I love it. Why not?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It'll be big.
Do you think Ian to be next?
Ian has a great opportunity, man. He could either be like, he could kind of go to the league and try and be one of those young guys who, hey, he's got a lot of upside, didn't play a ton, but has a ton of ability. You could get the best out of him. Kind of that like mystery prospect that maybe sneaks up into the top 20s. Or he could say, you know what, Pooh, I'm staying. I'm going to be one of the top guys in the portal, and I want a lot of money. So I think he could go either way. I think he should test the waters, though. I mean, he showed some great moments at North Carolina, no?
Nah, for sure. What up, Basil? Salute to my guy Basil in the building. I think that would benefit him. A lot.
Another year?
Yeah, staying another year and I don't know, becoming a man somewhere like he was before. Not saying he was the man in North Carolina, but he kind of had to prove himself. He came off the bench, right?
What it is. Yeah.
Right. But for what Boogie was able to do, coming back after the broken hand and like coming back and not even just becoming the dynamic scorer, right? He didn't need to do that, right? He just needed to show him that he's a winner, right?
Yeah, playing quality basketball. That's what Boogie's all.
That's it. And I tell kids all the time, right? You guys who got your guards out there that's trying to score 1,000 points. I'm gonna tell y'all. I was told this back during the basketball, actually before the basketball season. I think during the summertime, uh, a real influential coach in the Big 12. Trust me. It's like, yo, New York City point guards need to get back to being New York City point guards, right? We know that we can score. Everybody in the country know that we can score. This is what we do. We put up buckets. But how many of us are going to be point guards, right? We had so many legendary point guards that came out of New York City. Yeah, they could score, but also they were playmakers, right? You got to put yourself in the mind state where you're going to become a playmaker, right? And that's what I think that Vic Anthony is going to be so great at,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, he hasn't committed to anywhere yet, but everybody knows that Vic Anthony is a winner, right?
Fact.
Danny Carbuccia, he is a winner. He's gonna
Yep.
find a way to win. There's a way that these guys play just on a higher level that brings themselves to win.
Yeah. Does Danny even have 1,000 points? I mean, he played 4 years. I mean, on a great team. He probably does, but probably not by a lot. And that's your whole point, Pooh. Is
Right.
it's not always about scoring. It's
That's
about
right.
wins and championships and it's all about winning, especially at the next level. These guys got families to feed. Jobs on the line. They got to win, right? They got to win.
Winning is all that matters.
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day. Sometimes you have to sacrifice to get everybody involved to make sure that you're on that level.
Now, Pooh, I got a question for you. I'm dying to hear your answer, especially as a guy that went to Division One. So just imagine, you kind of go through your recruitment process. I'm taking you back to when you were at prep school, and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to Fairleigh Dickinson. It's a wrap, right?" And the whole spring goes by. You're going there, summer, fall. You're finishing your last year, and right as you're done with hoops, the Fairleigh Dickinson coach leaves and goes somewhere else, right? Right before you get there. Now, would you kind of say, all right, I need to look at maybe some other places, or would you try and follow that coach if you were a prospect? Because, Christian Jeffrey's kind of going through this situation right now, where he was committed to Maryland. And, does he stay at Maryland or does he go to Villanova with, Coach Willard? So, kind of wanted your opinion on what you would kind of do in that situation.
It's so crazy because I've heard so many, how can I say this? First of all, let's tackle the Christian Jeffries thing. I'm looking for one thing real quick because I think this is important for this segment right here. I'm glad you bought it. Here we go. Christian Jeffries situation. First of all, salute to my guy, Christian Jeffries. Product of Brevoort, another Division One basketball out of Brevoort, basketball player out of Brevoort. We had so many. We done when he's going. Me, we had NC State, we got UNLV, we had Ohio University. I go on and on and on how many Division One products came from the area. So Christian, great move, first of all, because now he puts himself back on the market, similar to what Boogie Flan had to go through,
Yeah.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
Boogie Flan cashed out because he put himself back on the market, opened himself back up to other recruitment, and whatever he got in the beginning, I'm not going to be yelling out people's numbers. That's,
Yeah.
not for the whole world. But whatever they offered him the first time, he got almost twice the amount the second time.
Correct.
Right? And if a coach leave, my thing is make them pay like they weigh. Because you're leaving to go get a bigger bag. Why can't I leave to go get a bigger bag?
Yeah.
And we talking about what it is right now, right?
Yeah.
We know this is the realism for a lot of kids out there,
Yeah.
right? Make them pay like they weigh. If not, you go somewhere else and make sure you have a better day. That's just about it.
Got you.
But when that news broke, let me tell you, man, I've got some calls about him. I've seen videos of, you know, of Maryland faithfuls talking about how he departed, how he kind of like tapped out towards the end, didn't, follow up and come to the brunch, the team brunch. They said that even though he was telling everybody, nah, he good, he gonna stay, he wound up bouncing anyway.
Yeah.
And when kids do that and put themselves in the transfer portal, people give them flack. Oh, he leaving. Why he leaving? Kids don't got no loyalty. Coaches don't have any loyalty either. When coaches leave, no one says anything.
No.
No one says anything.
Yeah.
So I just think, again, if Christian feel that's a good fit for him, and Villanova's a great program, historical program. I think he should go where he feels that's going to fit him best. But just know that coach is always going to do him, no matter what.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
What do you think of Coach Jones at Norfolk State saying that his program is basically a glorified JUCO now with all the upturn? And another coach said, which I was going to ask you, said that if I have a kid, Pooh, say he's the player of the year in our conference and he goes to like a big time school, that they should get some compensation, the school, for getting that player to that level and getting him to a higher program. Like the program that gets that kid has to give that program a certain percentage of the money.
Well, we're going to hear a lot of things coming
Yeah.
out the woodwork. We're going to hear a lot of things, a lot of stipulations for rules. But
Get ready
here's
for
my
a salary cap, Pooh. Get ready for a salary cap.
listen. The NCAA is doing what they're doing. People have no idea the NCAA is moving and shaking like they do, because when you open up the transfer portal during the Sweet 16, right? What
Talk
are you
about it.
telling everybody? What are you telling the world? Like, we don't really care about. We want to create as much chaos as we can, so y'all come begging back to us, and we can put the rules down and stop these kids from making money.
Imagine, Pooh, like you're in the Sweet 16, you get your team all the way there, and then the first meeting you got to have is who's staying for next year.
That's a fact.
It's
That's
crazy.
a whole fact.
Yeah,
So
they need
look,
to change that for sure. My
if
goodness.
if you're going to put that situation on someone,
Yeah.
come on. At the end of the day, you're gonna talk about, I want my money back. I want to listen. You better sign these kids to a contract.
I know. What do you think of some schools not paying up either, Pooh? I'm hearing rumors of schools that just haven't paid what they promised.
It's a lot of schools. It's a
Yeah.
lot of schools. Once they get you, they got you.
Yep.
They
They
got
give you a little bit of money now and they promise it all later. It's terrible, man, what they're doing to some of these kids.
That's a fact. That's a super fact.
I saw an agent say, I could ruin college basketball today if you wanted me to do a report on how many schools have not paid their players. And I believe him.
Now listen, look at a young Pooh right here. Look at young Pooh right here, right? This is the week that I was going to sign when I decided where I was going to go to, right?
Man, what a time, dude. So exciting.
Look at this,
Now, were
right?
you nervous, Pooh, when you had to decide? Like, were you a little nervous about telling the other coaches I'm not coming?
Yo,
Any of
bro,
that?
I couldn't even fit all the letters and stuff on my bed. You know what I'm saying? It was just out there like that.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be the hardest part for me is telling so many like great coaches, sorry, man, I'm not coming.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't tell no one.
Yeah,
I don't owe you a call. I really don't. I don't owe
yeah,
you a call. Like, again, if I told you I was coming there,
yeah.
then yes, I will owe you a call.
Of course.
Right? If I told you, yo, I'm going to Boston College, or I'm going to, Connecticut, or Jacksonville, Indiana State. If I told any of those other schools that I was coming there, yes, I will owe you an apology. I'll owe you, like, listen,
And
my
how'd you
bad.
make the announcement? How'd you make the announcement? You do it with like family or anything?
Yeah, me and my mom.
Love
Yep,
it, man.
yep,
Love
yep. It was like, okay, this is where I'm going. We called the coach and said, this is where we going. You know what I'm
love
saying?
it.
So again, we put so much emphasis on the kid, right?
Yeah,
But a lot of times, if that school don't want you, they're not calling you.
100%.
They're not calling you and tell you, like, listen, hey, Glenn, listen, sorry, but we going with such and such.
Yeah, and it's just like how many times we talk about where schools call you and they're like, "Hey, Glenn, we got a spot. Are you gonna commit with us? If not, we're moving on to Ayatollah Beats next." you know
Listen,
how it works. How it works a lot of times.
it's
So
the business of the business. And salute to my prep school coach who used to always preach this. My coach Paul Pelicano at MCI. He used to constantly preach it to us. This is a business. Y'all have to understand that. This is a business. Y'all at the stage now where it's gonna become business. It's gonna become business. Um, my my high school coach at Lincoln, he would talk about it a little bit, but not as much.
yeah,
Right? It was just about us going to school and getting an education.
a coach has
Whereas,
plenty to worry about, right?
yeah, Coach
With
Paul
you knuckleheads.
Pelicani will let us know. Listen, y'all could play around if you want. This
Yeah,
is a business,
no doubt.
right? These schools is making tons of money. These coaches have their jobs at stake, and if you are not ready, they're gonna move on from you because it's a million of you guys out there trying to play. It's thousands of you guys, hundreds of thousands of you guys, playing the same position.
And dying to do it. There's 1,000 kids behind you dying for your spot. Thousand,
That's a
thousand.
That's a super fact, man. That's a super fact. So kids can play around if they want. This is the way things are going to have to be for now until they come up and go, dun 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 dun. NCAA is here to save the day. We have new rules and regulations because we coming out to hurt the student athlete for getting paid because they're getting paid too much money, even though we're a nonprofit entity, and we collect millions and millions of dollars without paying taxes. And meanwhile, the kids who are getting these deals have to pay taxes. Holy boy. Like, really?
Crazy.
And that's another thing people don't talk about, right? The
Yep.
tax part of it.
And how many of them are not told about it? And how many of them are making horrible financial decisions with their money and not making sure that they save a portion of it to get taxed? It's gonna hurt so many kids. Crazy.
Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is crazy, man. So, I see you got some trips coming up for Made Hoops.
Yeah, I'm in the middle, right around Easter. I'm heading up to Massachusetts for that weekend. I got the Collision towards the end of January, which will be at Queens. Definitely see if I can get the Pooh Man down there, check out some games.
Well, I
And
heard
then
it's going on the same weekend as the All-Star game
no, which one? The Collision?
at Queens. That's what Dave said.
Oh well, the Collision is the 26th in April. So these are just April stuff. So I
Okay,
haven't
all right,
even
cool,
looked at May.
because
Yeah.
our date is May 20 May 31st and June 1st.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Make
and
sure you guys write that down.
that's a great segue right there, right?
Talk
And
about it, baby. Talk about it.
and my guy is here. My guy CK. What up? What up, CK? What's going on?
Where is he,
My
baby?
guy
Where is he?
CH Christopher Hudson. Where you at? I don't see you. Get straightened and come back in. Look, all right. Big announcement, and we're
Let him
gonna be
know.
bringing up the coaches. I just got word from Coach Mike Merciless. He was like, listen, yo, do you pick your rosters? So, yeah, it's the coach's job. It ain't my
That's
job.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the one who, yo, you guys pick the players because win, lose, or draw. I don't want nobody looking at pool.
That's
We
right.
just providing a platform for the greatness.
We got to put CK with the coach from upstate, man.
Yo, all right. Yo, listen. What up? What up, C?
What's up?
How you doing, brother? Look, so
Doing good.
do you know my guy Sean Brown, Coach Sean Brown?
You're cutting up, but I believe he's the head coach at Albany High.
Yep,
You were
yep,
saying?
yep,
I
yep.
don't know him like that, but I know of some of the coaches out that way.
Cool, cool.
We're
Because
gonna connect you guys, and you're gonna help get him some guys for our big tournament, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, they have plenty of talent. Like actually, I just read not too long ago. I believe like the Albany areas had like a good bunch of the state champions in public school of in the NISFA tournament.
Here he
So they
goes.
got a lot of talent to choose from.
no, he said that. He did say that. He did say that. Which is dope. Because look, uh, if we had our coaches meeting, and we were saying, look, the coaches, pick the teams or whatever, right? And now you have Long Island, right? And we can just run
Mhm.
off some of Long Island guys. Let's do that. Cause that's your neck of the woods, B. Run off some Long Island guys that can come in this game and make a difference. Like, let's run off the top guys for real.
Yeah,
And whether
well,
we would want them to participate. Listen, I'm telling you now, care how big your name is and what you bring your game, playing this game, make a difference.
yeah, man. Honestly, there's so many candidates. I cannot wait to see who coach, Marcelin is going to pick from. He could even start with his own team, guys like Brandon Varlak, Skylar Ellis. I mean, if he gets anybody from Lehigh, that would be tremendous. Maybe Dylan Mingo gets in the mix for Team Long Island. Chase Timberlake, Gabe Phillips, Dom Penzello.
Now you just
Uh,
name an underclassman. This is for seniors too. This is not just for underclassmen.
Yeah. I'm naming guys, man. I mean, there's some kids at Bayshore. I know Corey, Kingsley, Carter. There's a lot of kids that are going to want to play on this team.
Kyle Anthony,
Yep.
Nigel
Huh,
James.
Yeah,
huh.
100%, man. Any of the Lehigh boys, like you said, Nigel, Caden, Big Nico. There's a lot of big names. Maybe we get some of the Woodmere guys. I might
Hey,
I might lean on some Lawrence
Oh,
Woodmere kids.
you better. You got Tiny, one of the coaches. You know he's bringing his boys, Anderson Diaz, Troy Faison. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, man, there's going to be some arguments whether there's some city kids or Long Island kids for sure. Um,
oh.
I'm
If
trying to
they
think
play on
though.
Long Island, that's what it is.
You
That's
heard that? You heard that, baby. I
if
love it.
if that's the era you play in, care where you live, where you play
Me and
your.
Coach Marceling going to cook something up, baby.
There you go. There you go. And Westchester County got some ball players as well.
I know, man. Just the kids like Gasper, and TK will be able to help me out. Kids like Plunkett, Sussberg, Tyler. I just saw play with Kai Harvey. I mean, there's so many good kids in that little
Yes.
pocket there. Connor Igo, so many kids.
Yeah. Mhm.
Listen,
Mm.
we'll let y'all know now. The basketball heads New York All-Star game. High School Basketball
Mm.
Weekly. All of that's going on. So we got the High School Basketball Weekly and basketball heads combined together. We're gonna have the biggest All-Star game in New York. We're gonna try to make that the biggest one. And there's gonna be a lot, but we want to make this the staple of New York. And we're gonna even at the next year, we want to be able to expand it to the rest of New York because there's so many parts of New York and I don't want to forget anyone. I think that's important too. But for right now, We focusing on Long
Hmm.
Island, New York City, Westchester County, and the
Right.
Albany area. Right? So
Some
we
pretty
got
good
Coach
spots.
Sean Brown from Albany High. He'll be coaching. He gonna give me the rest of his coaching staff as well. We got Coach Roussan Young, Coach Krabby from Westchester County. He's coaching Westchester County from New Rochelle. He's also gonna have assistant coach from Mount Vernon as
Ooh,
well.
wow.
And then of course we got Tiny and Coach Mike Mercelin, and then we have Coach Rose and Coach C. Will for New York City.
Wow. Some major coaches in there, man.
Right? And then
Yeah.
each coaching staff will have a Long Island legend, a New York City legend, a Westchester County legend, and an Albany area legend, just as an honorary coach to be on the sidelines,
Love
you
it.
know, kind of bridge the gap with the kids. And they won't be, doing the coaching, because you want to leave that to the guys who have that. But of course, they're still in the air,
Yeah.
and just be, that figurehead there for the young guys to kind of bridge the gap between the old and the new. And I think that's something of importance. And I think once we can do that, and we can kind of build a culture behind that, right? It's cool to have a game, right? Because the game is just a game if it's not anything special about it. Without the song and dance and the flash, we want to definitely have that as a staple moving forward, so we can pay homage to the future and the present.
Yeah, man. And listen, there's a ton of all-star games, right?
Yes.
There's a ton of all-star games. We respect them all. And listen, this is something that Pooh's been working on a long time in the making. This is his spin on it. I'm helping him as much as I can. A lot of this is his idea. So I want this to go really well. I think it's going to be really special. We're going to try and make it more than a game, like a day with family, where all New York gets to compete. And there's just going to be so many big names. You got to be there. So make sure you check it out. End of May, beginning of June. Trying to give these guys a little bit of a break. Hopefully get these guys back when they're taking a break from AAU and could put on a show.
Yeah, that's a down period right there. Let some other guys need an extra look, but it's going to be May 31st and June 1st. So from this point on, we're going to be promoting hard. We're going to take a trip. Me and Fa going to be taking some trips out to, go visit upstate Albany, go visit
Yeah, man.
Westchester County,
And
go
dude,
get
I'm
some
telling you,
early interviews.
when you go up to Albany, bro, you're gonna be so impressed. You're gonna be so impressed with the athletes there, man. There's some really good ball players, some tough hoopers, and I can't wait to see the roster that coach comes up with. Same with Westchester, man. I mean, that area is loaded with kids you haven't seen. So, going to be exciting.
And this can come at a better time, right? We're getting the top 100 nominee, and having all the best players in New York State coming down to play and getting the eyes on all of them. This
And
would be a
listen,
great
Pooh,
thing.
we're starting right now. The quest to get some New Yorkers in the McDonald's game next year. It starts with our tournament. We're getting a couple in next year, man. I'm telling you, not just one, a couple. All right,
Now,
we got some dudes.
it may be kind of crazy, right? Because a team like Stepinac, right? This is going to be the pull of the tug of war right here, right? Because people are going to say, well, they're in Westchester County. And then
they do play in Westchester. Oh, man.
Now here's the deal.
Yeah.
But where do they play?
Listen, a lot of their road games are in the city. I'll tell you that.
So that is the only quagmire, right?
Listen, Devin Woodmere are going to be a lot of pressure, man. We're going to have to figure those two schools out, because Woodmere plays in Long Island and Stepinac plays in White Plains. I know their schedule. They play in New York City, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
But if Tiny is coaching Long Island,
Well, we got Marcelin coaching Long Island.
Him and Tiny together.
Oh boy, that's special. I
Him
love
and
that.
Tiny doing it together.
Oh God, then the team is going to be loaded. I might just get out of the way. I might get out of the way and let these guys work, man. Oh man, that's nuts.
Look. We all know that Coach Tiny Martin is a New York City guy, right? Brooklyn to the end. It's a real Brooklyn guy, right?
We know that.
But he's coaching in Long Island. You get what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
I don't think he had a problem. Well, he did what he said. He said, "Yo, New York got so many players to pick from," and I said, "Well,
You
so
don't
do
got to
you.
worry about that.
Like, so do you. Like, first of all, just your team alone, right? If you just put in your team alone, right?
Listen, we could do Lehigh and LWA and be good to go, and we're going to add a couple missing pieces and be ready.
Put some Hollow Hills East, and you got yourself a team.
That's right. That's right.
Only 10 players can play.
That's it, man.
No matter how many choices you got, only 10 players can play. And some people going to get left off. This is why I didn't want to have anything to do with picking the players.
Nope.
So, okay, let's discuss it now. The quagmire is really stepping at players.
Yeah. We're going to have to figure that one out.
Yo,
I
bro.
might have to call in Coach Mass and have him make an ultimate decision.
Yo, listen, and Coach Mass, I know you watching. Send me an email, call Brian, whatever you got to do, bro. Listen, we need to make this distinction because I would love some of your players to play, man. I think it'll only be right, that some of your guys play, So.
Ayatollah Beach, you better be there, by the way.
Yo, Tola, yo, fam, you got time.
We need you on the. We might
May
need you
31st.
We might need you scratching out there.
May 31st. May 31st, June 1st, bro.
DJ Ayatollah Beach, let's go.
Yo, May 31st and June 1st. What's up with that weekend, Tola? Let me know, man.
Come on, man. We need you on the ones and twos. Let's go.
That would be epic.
Right? Ayatollah Beach out there? Come on. Ayatollah Beach, CK helping out.
And I need the theme song to be the life beat. I need that right there to be the theme song of the weekend. Facts. Facts. Me and my guy Brian gonna call all the games, right? So there's 2 games, the initial 2 games on March 31st, and then Saturday will be the championship. Both games will be
May 31st. May 31st.
May 31st. Thank you, B. May 31st, 2 games, and June 1st will be 2 games, and it will be June 1st will be the consolation game and the championship game, right?
Yeah.
Both days, games will be at 1 o'clock and 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Love it.
We get people in and out, and it's happening at Stevenson High School.
That's right,
Stevenson High School. Salute to my guy, Mr. James Moore, for hooking us up, and big salute to my guy, Coach Julius Allen, the plug, for sure. He's a Bronx guy, but he got the heart of a Brooklyn guy. That's right. Salute Coach Julius Allen. Facts. That's a big fact.
Stepped up big time, man. It's
big time.
It's kind of cool. You get to see who steps up in these situations, Pooh?
Listen,
I know you've been working, man. Let the people know you've been working on this.
Yo, working and not for nothing, I'm gonna have a lot of help. I had a lot of people, that I can reach out to as consultants, and who really gonna put their efforts and their weight behind everything that's going on. Don't worry about it, CK. I know you moving. He said, Albany guys, it says, yeah, I know. It says some Albany area guys that come to mind. Bless the man. What a great name.
Great name.
Bless the man. Wow. Melvin Brown from Shaker. And I heard about him. Rashaad Johnson from Albany High. Heard about him too. Devon Mahoney and Treddy Faison from LaSalle. Yeah.
I'm
What
telling
about
you, Coach gonna come up with a nice pack, man.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure. Hold on. I want to give a big shout out to everybody here on this list right here. And it's going to be more names and more logos to come because people are coming out to woodwork to come show some love. You know.
And guys, make sure you share it, post it, tell everybody,
That's right. My
spread
God,
the love.
Nando, providing the dope uniforms, athletes for sure. Salute to Nando. Appreciate you, brother. Eric Hicks providing the trophies. Game over. Also, want to give a shout out to my guy, Mr. Jameson. He's gonna be providing some hardwood as well, for sure. And we're gonna put his logo up here later on. My guy, Larry Cave, for core groups. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Coming up big. We got Team First, my guy Ty Grant, got my homegirl Kim in the building, balling out loud. We got Ricky Rivers, Fun Sport, all people who's, definitely is behind the scenes, pulling a lot of plugs and making sure that things go right. All these people, can't forget my guy Five Films, of course. And of course, High School Basketball Weekly will be in the building. But all those people that's, have thrown events, have done big time major events, and know what it takes to throw on a major events. And a guy like me, I don't mind asking for help because the person who think they know it all knows nothing. Okay, remember that, kids. Person who thinks they know it all knows nothing. So you got to make sure that you acquire help and get those great basketball minds to make sure that you have a great event. And we got some really good people behind us, B. So that's a good look.
And all those media guys, make sure you reach out to Pooh in advance, man. Now Pooh's got the list, man. He's the big time shot.
Hey, listen.
Just telling you, man, you better reach out early.
I'm telling y'all right now, the list gonna go out, but the person who's handling that is my guy Dave Cordova over at Dave Joints. So Dave will be handling. So his logo got going there too. So I told you that's just the pre-logo of some of the people that's organizing it, whatever. But definitely when that next flyer goes out, Dave Cordova will definitely be on the list because he'll be handling all the media. I spoke to Dave today. He called to congratulate me. And he's gonna be handling all the media for sure.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So reach out to Dave's Joint.
Yep, reach out to Dave's Joint because soon we get that flyer out. We want to make sure everybody's in there. We need all New York City media. We're not gonna turn down anyone. I'm gonna be honest with you. We are here to show love to each other. And we talked about this earlier in the year. Look, we're going to call this our event. I know it got basketball heads and High School Basketball Weekly and the other logos, but this is our event. It's our event to make sure that we come and we give this as much attention as possible. Come record the games. We want to interview all the players. We want to have a section in the other gym where the media could come and interview all the players and get pictures of all the players because we need to promote our own. This is time that New York stand up and promote our kids from all over the state. This is going to be big, all right? And this is not going to be the first or last time y'all hear from us. But let's run down some more names from upstate. Stetson's Merritt from Troy High, Jamal Macon, Ross Elijah Goldboat from Albany Academy. Heard he was good too. Umir Graham, Ramir Brown, and Davia Barnes from Green Tech. Danny Smalls from Niskawana.
Not bad, Boo.
Listen, they got a load of players.
Look at CK go, man.
CK is going. He is on a roll. JJ CK, whatever. Asinski from Christian Brothers Academy, Shane
Awesome.
Kirschker from Burton and Knox, Wisterio, and Driscoll, Oscar Lalak, and Prutney from Glen Falls, among others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, he could do that? Yo, Ayatollah, trust me. Let me know if it's of a sure thing. Your name will be on the flyer for
Come on,
sure.
Ayatollah Beast, the #1 b-ball head.
Look,
Come on.
I was gonna reach out to my guy DJ Authorized and see where he come out and do it. So let me know, Ayatollah, if you could do that or not, and we can make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Love
For
that.
sure, for sure, for sure. You know, yeah, man. So that's the updates for now, B. And I think
Love it.
we get this ball rolling for the first time. I think it could be great for New York. I think kids will look forward to be playing every year after that. I don't know if you probably old enough to know, but I don't think have you ever attended a wheelchair classic before?
No.
Okay. So it's a wheelchair classic and go to hoops. We want to make this a combination. Wheelchair classic had the best players from each borough play, right?
Yeah.
And then the Go to Hoops had, all the different AAU teams playing against each other. That was sponsored by the Daily News, and those teams was fixtures in New York City, and that carried, teams from players from all over that came, but mainly was a New York City thing.
Yeah.
We never really had something that involved the whole state.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything involving Long Island all the way to upstate. So I've heard of upstate, downstate, city versus Long
Long
Island,
Island, yeah.
but never all four. So
that's right. Time to break new ground, baby. Time to break new ground. Time to break new ground. This is what we doing. Again, I would love to get my guy from NYC Girls up here. He just posted some. Hold on. NYG Hoops. NYG Hoops. Yo, bro, if you hearing this now, somebody tag NYG Hoops on Instagram. NYG type. If you're watching right now, tag NYG Hoops. Right? Because I think next year we can kind of expand it to girls as well.
That'd be nice.
We know, or we just, I know, and I don't want to step any toes because I know, we need more. I know the Rose Classic does something like that as well, for the girls in New York, but we can kind of expand it to the girls upstate as well, and do that. And I think that would go off well. We can kind of include the girls because the girls need more opportunities just like the guys.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I bet.
Done.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. So, look, I just want to get on today and tonight and kind of, go over, some of the things that we need to talk about.
Hey, Pooh, did you go to the McDonald's game?
Oh, yes. Let's talk about that.
How was that, bro? How was the game?
The girls' game was awesome. The girls' game was awesome.
Sick, right? Yeah.
The guy game, I left at halftime, bro.
Oh, man. That's
Did
crazy.
you watch it?
Just bits and pieces. I had it on in the background, no volume on really. But very, very uncompelling.
Listen, I know these guys is getting a lot of money and they don't want to play hard. And a lot of time everybody's fishing for who's going to get the MVP so they can get their name enshrined in history, right? The MVP of the 57 for whatever number, 47, whatever number it was, 48th, whatever it is, McDonald All-American game. But yeah, she was tough. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely tough.
Now,
So
what do you think of no New York in the building? Because I mean, my man Mello, who we got to shout him out, headed to the Hall of Fame, well deserved, no brainer. He was a little upset. He was pretty vocal. Some other NBA players are pretty vocal about it too, about Kion not making the cut. What do you think of that? Especially being in New York, man, tough.
no, if anything, him or Caden should have made it. Now, since Caden is Mr. New York, he should have been in it, right? And I'm not saying I understand why Cayenne didn't make it, but it gave him. But I think what's going to happen, it's going to light a few under him that's going to take him to the next level, right?
I think it already did, man. Did you watch him in the
out.
Throne?
He
Woo.
killed out there, right?
Killed it.
He's playing on
MVP.
another level right now, right?
Yeah.
So I think for one, yes, he should have made it, but two, the fact that he did make it is going to light another flame in him that's going to take his game to the next level.
Yeah.
I do agree that Caden Mingo should have made it. He
Somebody
didn't miss any
should have
time.
been there, right?
He didn't know, but I'm just saying, but consistency. He had
Yeah.
a good year next year. Last year playing with VJ, right? He
Yep.
had to defer to VJ because VJ was the guy, right? And still was dominant. And this year he killed.
Played again. Yep.
He killed. And then when he played against the Boozer twins right in New York, killed.
Killed.
Right? Come on. Right?
I know.
And then killed during EYBL.
So, I know, man. Those kids really.
The fact that our Mr. Basketball didn't make it. Now, if Kanye was Mr. Basketball, yes, most definitely. And I still think he was good enough to play in it. It wasn't like he wasn't good enough. He is good enough to play in it.
Yeah, and he missed some time early on, so I get that,
But he came back during that Throne and showed why he's the guy. And I think that's what he needed.
And I know they lost in the Chipotle, semifinals or whatever, but he was fantastic again in the game, hitting shots from all over the place, looking like one of the best players in the country.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Listen, Cayenne, keep doing your thing, King. We definitely salute you. Definitely support you.
And we remember, bro. We remember when he was on the freshman team at Christ the King.
At Christ the King, right? Just trying to make his way.
I remember I wrote an article about him, and somebody said, "Why are you wasting your time? Are you just looking for clicks?" And I said, "Really?"
Now they eat their words.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they eating those clicks up now, right?
Yeah, right.
Social media is off crazy, and wherever he show up, it's a mob of people there.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, as much as I've always liked him, I've always been a fan of him. Seeing him support some of the guys in New York City too has been awesome to watch.
Yo, let me tell you,
the best.
Salute. He pulled up to Jefferson. Of course, his best friend is Malachi, right?
Yeah.
But he was in the trenches. He was in the trenches in Jefferson, and he came out to the city championship. He was always there front row supporting. John is his guy too, right? All these guys pulling up, Conan, all these guys that's, he's come to see and support, man. So salute. And I'm going to say this. Kai Anthony, pull up to the Basketball Heads New York All-Star game. You want to play?
Maybe he's the legend we bring down.
They're definitely going to give you a spot. Trust me. Come and blow it up and show, man. You run New York. That's what I love to see.
Oh yeah, man. And I mean, he's played in everything. He's been so good. He stepped up to every challenge. It'd be an honor if he played. If not, such a great career. Gonna miss him a ton. Definitely one of the guys I miss the most. And man, Syracuse is getting a hell of a player. Player.
I would just love for him to play, and then him play against Jada, and then come to me after the game and be like, "See, I told you so." I would love that, bro. Give me some love. I'll give you a 5. Give you some brotherly love.
Well, then together it would be pretty dangerous, man, for New York City.
But they can't because he play on Long Island. That's the quagmire right there.
That is, man. That is.
Yo,
Coach Marshman and
Coach
Coach
Bass,
Tiny.
please hit us up. Let us know what do you think of your guys, where they should play, New York City, Westchester County, because whenever we rank you number one, we ranking you in the New York City.
Yeah.
And I think it's only fair. I'm not
Yeah,
putting
we
you in
got
the
to hit up
Westchester
Coach
County.
Matt.
Right.
He'll
For
help us
sure.
with that.
For sure. For sure.
I can't wait for these teams, Pooh. I'm excited, man.
Man, listen. My guy, Coach Wahe from OSL, he was like, yo, Pooh, you got my support. Mel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got any players that I coach. I'm gonna let
man.
them know they should play in your joint. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to pick from. We got some major names in New York. Let's build us up, get the news out there, and let people know that it's the place to be. May 31st and June 1st at Stevenson High School, Basketball Heads New York All-Star Game, first annual. High School Basketball Weekly been number one, baby. We in the building. Hey, yo, anything before we get out of here?
Hey, man, I just want to say I want to wish all the kids in the portal good luck. You know, a lot of kids are finding homes in the New York City. I saw Jaden Reed from Lehigh just committed to Northwestern. So those kids kind of hang in there, man. Keep plugging away. You know, Mo Diabate from Alabama just hit the portal. So definitely seeing some guys hit the portal, you know, trying to see some guys commit, hopefully some high school kids. And my main thing, college coaches, offer these kids in New York, man. You won't be disappointed. Offer them.
Man, we got a lot coming back, right? We got a lot coming back. Jada Swan, Josiah Jervis, Hassan Karesi, the Ratliff Twins, PJ Singleton, Giovanni Moran, Elijah King, Big O, Justin Delgado, Anderson Diaz, Troy Faison, Melo Mohi, Dylan Mingo, Ethan Butler. You know, we have a lot of players, man.
Cool, all over it. Not bad for a little runoff right there, man. Mr. Top 100, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are in the building.
Give him a whistle.
What they gonna say now? You got
Top 100,
top 100
baby.
and made hoops. We're in the building.
Taking over piece by piece, son.
It all started at High School Basketball Weekly, baby.
Hey, man, if you never called me for that episode, it never would have happened, Big Cat.
Yeah. And look, and I had a lot of people on. I just felt like, you know, you and I had a great chemistry. And, you know, the one thing I say about you, B, like, you're really sincere and you do it for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Even when parents is trying to stalk you down, you won't be like Pooh, because Pooh will tell the parents, you know, get out of my face. I'm not really dealing with your kid. You know, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and you rather not deal. Just send them to me. I got your back, brother.
That's my teacher in me, Pooh. I try to make everybody happy. You know that.
Stop stalking my man. All right? That's it. Stop stalking my guy. That's a fact. Y'all be chasing them down for these write-ups. Chill out.
Pooh taking care of all my haters one by one, baby.
And I'm not gonna do the John Moran thing, right? You know, see, he's still shooting guys. He can't get away from the gun.
If David Stern was the commissioner, where would his ass be playing? In China?
He'd be gone. He'd definitely be gone.
It's unbelievable.
Clip. That's where it is.
Right? It's nuts that he gets away with that. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know, man. It's a new era. Yeah. That's right. And we're here now. All right. So we'd like to thank, you know, all the listeners. Please, you just checking this out. Subscribe to the channel. Share the content. Y'all know what it is. High School Basketball Weekly. Glenn Pooh Harding, always with my guy,
Brian Reichert.
We are signing off. We holla. Peace.
Later, Mr. Top 100. Peace.
Yes, sir.